Our speaker this month is Alvin Lankford. He's the Williamson County, he's the Chief Appraiser for the Williamson Central Appraisal District. He's been with the district since 2000 and is a registered professional appraiser. His professional affiliations include the Board of Tax Professional Examiners, the Texas Association of Appraisal Districts, the Texas Association of Assessing Officers, and the International Association of Assessing Officers. Alvin Lankford.
All right. I got to tell you, there is an exciting vibe this early in the morning in Hutto. There must be some really good coffee in the back of the room or something. Well, I tell you what, I usually tell my staff not to talk to me until about 8:30 or so because I have to have my first cup of coffee before you can. But either y'all started coffee on the way here or you've had some already this morning in the back of the room. But it's neat to be here. I want to tell you that I thank you for inviting me. I look forward to coming out and actually talking to the community leaders and telling everyone what it is that we do at the appraisal district. Some of you may have heard my speech last year, so I'll try not to reiterate everything I said last year and give you some new facts. I actually have a good breakdown today of what values are doing countywide, what they're doing in the city of Hutto, give you an idea how y'all fit, and just some of the exciting things that we're doing at the appraisal district as well. So with that, I'll go ahead and get started. First part is District 101 I was just mentioning. This is just our how we're formed. The citizens of Williamson County, you folks out in the audience here actually elect the governing bodies of each taxing unit. This is going to be your cities, your school districts, your county commissioners, etc. They in turn elect our appraisal district board of directors, which are elected based on the percentage of tax levy of the overall county. So each individual taxing unit gets a number of votes based on that percentage of tax levy. Thank you. The appraisal district board of directors, we have a 5-member board. They actually govern the appraisal district. They have 2 major functions that they do, one of which is they appoint the chief appraiser, me. I am the primary administrator of the appraisal district. I run the day-to-day operations. I'm responsible for all the appraisals, exemptions, everything else that goes on the appraisal roll. There's an important division here as well. The other duty that they have is appointing the appraisal review board. The reason I say that's a division, because once they appoint that appraisal review board, they have pretty well limited responsibility as far as anything that happens with the appraisal review board. There's a few things that code required as far as if an appraisal review board member does something illegal or whatever, they can have some recourse. But beyond that, the appraisal review board is an independent body from the appraisal district. And what they're responsible for, if you've ever been through the protest process, is actually listening to taxpayer protests, property owner protests. When you disagree with the value that we put on it as an appraisal district on your property, you're able to come in and actually protest that value. And they're the organization that will hear your protest after you've had a chance to meet with an appraiser. The appraisal district is doing some exciting things this year on the way of communicating with our property owners, and I'll get into those in a minute, but we've got videos and other things on our website that I want to talk to you about. The calendar itself that we deal with in the appraisal district is actually kind of a 3-year cycle. We deal with the first, say, year and a half of it. Our field work starts in about July to August time frame. This is when all of our appraisal district staff are out measuring new homes, measuring new commercial businesses, collecting data on the existing properties that are out there, just making sure the accuracy of our data is correct. Then we get into the analysis and valuation phase. That analysis and valuation phase starts about February. If you know much about what we do, our appraisal date is January 1, so we're actually doing in this analysis and valuation phase looking back at January 1, trying to see exactly what it is your property or the properties in Williamson County, what they would have sold for on that date. Then at the end of the analysis and valuation phase, we send out our notices. This year, they were sent out on April 26th. We sent out approximately 162,000 notices out that day. These appraisal notices are sent out. The property owner has the right between the time that they receive that recommendation of value. It could be that we recommend no change. It could be, based on the comparable sales we're looking at, we're going to take a certain percentage off. If at that time you are not in agreement with the appraiser, you have the opportunity to turn in your appraisal protest. You also have that opportunity if you choose not to take advantage of that walk-in or inquiry period. That protest on all those 162,000 that we mailed out April 26 is actually due at the end of May. Okay? And if you receive a notice that's after that, we have a couple of smaller notice runs that go out. Your protest is due 30 days after that you receive your notice, or after the notice is mailed, excuse me. The protest season lasts from about June or mid-May all the way through July. Our protest season will extend a little bit beyond that, but what that July date is, that's July 20th, is the ARB must approve the appraisal records. And what that means is, as the protests are turned in, the amount of certified values that are out there, values that are not under protest, drops. So you've got, we get down to anywhere around 80%, 85% of total value out there that is not protested. As we go through the protest season and actually hear these protests, the properties that were in the protest stack of properties move over to the certified stack. And as we do that, by July 20th, we have to have 95% of value over in the certifiable stack, so then we can, or excuse me, the ARB can approve the records, and then I can certify the appraisal roll to the taxing units. The taxing units then take over the process from me. Once they get the taxable value or the appraisal roll, they go through setting their tax rates, sending out tax bills, assessing delinquent penalties, etc. after February. So the part the appraisal district deals with of the property tax calendar is about, like I said, about 2 years out of this whole process, or a year and a half out of this whole process. We end right there. The WCAD news, this is what I was talking about a while ago. We've got some exciting things that we've done. We've improved our website. This is the new website that's out there. For some reason it's a little overlaid on here, I'm not sure why, but it's www.wcad.org. This is the new front page of the website. We've put some easy to read menus here, how to navigate the website. We also have some drop down menus across the top. We've inserted Google Map to our office, so if you need to find directions to your office, you can actually just click that map, type in where you're at, and it'll tell you directions on how to get to our office. We've also included a whiteboard. This whiteboard is kind of where all the exciting news or any sort of news that you might be interested in, we'll try to highlight in the center of the page there to draw attention to it. The one that we're really, really proud of this year is our webcast videos, which we've got a little blinking yellow light there. When it's live, it actually will blink at you and say, look at this. These website videos we have 5 videos out there. We're actually the first appraisal district in the state, I believe, to tackle videos like this. We're really trying to get the word out to all of the property owners within Williamson County on how we do our valuation. In particular, we focus this year on our residential valuation. So the videos that are out there are for the residential property owner. And the reason we've concentrated on that is about we get about 20 to 25,000 protests a year, and of that 20 to 25,000 protests, 15 to say 17,000 of those are residential property owners. So we're trying to explain to those property owners that are concerned about their valuation exactly how we do their valuation. They're able to get this information before they ever come into our office, and it may even prevent them from coming into our office because they have a better understanding of what happens. The first one, it's a bad picture of me, sorry. I went through every slide in there trying to figure out a picture that I didn't look like with my mouth open or something, but this is the closest I could become to that. So I'm squinting, and my wife was not very happy with the picture when I showed it to her. The first one is the appraisal district introduction and message from me. It's basically just talking, again, general appraisal district functions, what's happened in Williamson County, some of the things that we have in Williamson County, Dell Diamond, some of the other features that are in our county. The growth, I threw this slide up here just so you could see it. 1970, this was the level of population within Williamson County, and in 2010, look where we're at. I mean, we've grown tremendously over the past few decades.